true love along the broken road. But I got lost a time or two, wiped my brow and kept pushing through. I couldn't see how every sign pointed straight to you. That every long lost dream led me to where you are. Others who broke my heart, they were like northern stars, pointing me on my way into your loving arms. This much I know is true, that God bless the broken road that led me straight to you. Yes, it did. I think about the years I spent just passing through. I'd like to have the time I lost and give it back to you, but you just smile and take my hand. You've been there, you understand. It's all part of a grander plan that is coming true. Every long lost dream led me to where you are. Others who broke my heart, they were like northern stars, pointing me on my way into your loving arms. This much I know is true, that God bless the broken road that led me straight to you. Rolling home into my lover's arms. This much I know is true, that God bless the broken road that led me straight to you. That God bless the broken road that led me straight to you.
When the road gets dark and you can no longer see, just let my love throw a spark and have a little faith in me. And when the tears you cry all you can believe, just give these loving arms a try, baby, and have a little faith in me, 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 and have a little faith in me.
Celebration of love, of commitment, of friendship, and of family. Morgan Krause and David Diaz, in the holy bond of marriage. David and Morgan are so thankful that all of the great people in their lives can be here today to join them in their celebration. Who is here to give Morgan to be married today? Thank you, Bob and Marge, Morgan's wonderful parents. You all can be seated at this point. Now, we all have thousands of important moments that happen throughout our lives, but this one is regarded as one so critical. Marriage is the preservation of love, peace, and faith in God. It is the foundation of home. The love that you two share is special, and we acknowledge its special status by sharing it with your loved ones, because despite all of our differences, love is what we all share. Love is the great unifier. Our one universal truth, that no matter who we are, where we've come from, what we believe, we know this one thing. Love is what we're doing right. That's why both of you are standing here. That's why you all are here to watch them. We all have loved in our lifetimes, and in this moment we're reminded that the ability to love is the very best part of what we are. And love couldn't be represented any better than the way that David and Morgan love one another. Now, all of us here today have our own love stories. Some are short, others long, some are yet unwritten, while others are just getting to the good part. This love story began way back when they were in 8th grade. Some are going into 8th grade, as a matter of fact, when they first dated. Now, this dating consisted of not talking to one another and kind of avoiding each other for most of the summer, until eventually they broke up via one of David's friends, correct? AIM, which no longer exists. They remained friends through high school, even going to senior homecoming together. After high school, Morgan stayed true to her Badger core and remained in Madison, while David went away to college in Iowa for the semester to play football. It was then that they became main texting buddies, and a budding best friendship began. Now, after realizing that he hated football and Iowa, sorry, Chad, David settled back in Madison, where, after a year of hanging with Morgan and the wonderful girls of University Heights, he asked her to be his girlfriend. Of course, Morgan said yes. I mean, who could say no to that face? A little over 5 years later, and here we are today. 5 years of amazing memories. Of course, highlighted by 2 Badger Final Four appearances. Go Badgers. Today is the time to pause, look back, and smile at all the moments that brought them here, and a time to look ahead at all the moments that are still to come. We're all here because we want those moments for you. We're here to hope with you, to support you, to be proud of you, and to remind you that love isn't happily ever after. Love is the experience of writing your story together. It's not one moment, not even this moment. It's every moment. Like the first time you said, I love you. Like the moment that you realized you both snore in your sleep. Like your first Packers versus Bears game, which resulted in a Bears win at Lambeau Field, so there was definitely something magical in the air that day. Or the moment when you got engaged. But mostly, a million little ones that come in between the big moments. Falling asleep next to one another, making dinner together by way of Grubhub, or any one of the other cool food delivery mobile applications that exist these days. Spending holidays with your families, binge watching Christmas movies in July, or getting a big hug when you get to see each other after a week long of school and late study nights. These everyday moments fuse together into one big experience. And even though this experience is so incredible, words fail us when we try to explain it. That's just the way love is. It's meant to be felt, not described. Today, we are all blessed to be here and see what love really is with you two. And now the wedding vows. The bride and the groom have chosen to write their own vows. So, have more tissues ready for you all. Got some. Groom, as you look into your bride's eyes, please read your vows. You can hold them and I will hold them. Oh,
okay. All right, Morgan, anyone that knows you knows you're special. But what most people don't know is I'm actually the catch in this relationship. Just kidding. You've been an ear to listen to my nonsense. You've been a voice when I have none. You've been my home base when I felt lost. You've been the light I needed to get through the dark. I've been blessed with great friends and loved ones throughout my life. But you're truly something special. Tonight, I stand here in front of you, not a different man, but a man enhanced by your presence beside me. Okay. All the vows, okay. So, number one, I vow to always make sure to check for mayonnaise or condiments on foreign sandwiches you've never had, or before I give you a bite. Pinky promise. All right. I vow to always uphold our bet of either ice cream or a back massage for you if the Packers beat the Bears. Although we may have to start going halvesies on the ice cream because I'll be bankrupt if the trend continues. Just saying. I vow to always text you back or call you as soon as possible and never ignore you because I know you'll send the cops to the FBI if I try to find me. I vow, this one's the second important one, okay? I vow to always let you drive unless you want me to. Also, whoever's driving controls the radio and the volume. Bob, mark that down, please. Okay, thank you. Okay. Lastly, I vow to give you my heart, body, and soul. I promise to always love you unconditionally, like Bob and Margaret love you, and how Juan and Lucy love me. But wherever we may end up, we will carry on, hand in hand, learning, loving, and living life the way we want. Every day will not always be the best day, but anyway, any day I get to wake up next to you, it might as well be. I love you.
All right. Bride, please read your vows to your groom.
David, I have always dreamed of a love that is kind, forgiving, and extraordinary. I can confidently stand in front of you and all of our loved ones today and say that I found just that and more in you. I will always admire your patience and positivity. I know I don't always make it easy, especially when I'm hungry or crying in Hobby Lobby while wedding planning. But each day I strive to be more like you and share in your unwavering happiness. You make the most mundane tasks exciting and bring the brightest light to every moment of darkness. I love the love you have for your family, your love for my family, and the unconditional love you have for me. I stand in front of you today and vow to always respect you and continue to learn from you in life and in love. I vow to be your strength when we are faced with hardships and your voice of reason in moments of uncertainty. I vow to one day accept your commitment to the Chicago Bears, but to raise our future children as Packers. I vow to remain strong in my faith and thank God each and every day for blessing me with this one-of-a-kind love. Lastly, I vow to stand by you always and never lose sight of the friendship and love that has brought us here today. I can't wait to start this life with you and one day a family. I have no doubt that God has a special plan and has blessed the road ahead of us. Although we may grow old and weak, I know our love will only grow stronger with each day that passes. I love you more than I ever thought possible, and today I vow to never stop.
Thank you. Great. So, you two are about to make promises that you intend to keep. You are going to vow to take care of each other, to stand up for one another, and find happiness in the other. There's a simple premise to each of these promises. You're vowing to be there. You're teaming up and saying to one another, every experience I'm going to have, I want you to be part of it. So David, if you agree with this statement, say I will. Will you, David, keep Morgan as your favorite person? To laugh with her, go on adventures with her, support her through life's tough moments, be proud of her, grow old with her, and find new reasons to love her every single day?
I will.
And Morgan, will you keep David as your favorite person? To laugh with him, go on adventures with him, support him through life's tough moments, be proud of him, grow old with him, and find new reasons to love him every day?
I will.
Awesome. Now, if the best man will step forward with the rings. He's got them both. We're in business. All right. As I state these next couple statements, go ahead and put the rings on each. To wear rings as a reminder of the promises you are making to each other. People often say wedding bands are a perfect circle, with no beginning and no end. But these rings did have a beginning. The stones were formed a long time ago, deep within the earth. Eventually, a series of lucky events caused them to rise to the surface. Someone then dug them up. Metal was liquefied into a furnace at about 1,000 degrees, molded, cooled, and painstakingly polished. Something beautiful was made from the raw elements. So simple, yet so complex. Love is like that. It comes from humble beginnings, and through a combination of serendipity and effort, imperfect beings shape into something extraordinary. As you look at these rings over the years, I hope you remember that. You've created something invaluable. And just as I know you'll protect these rings, I'm confident you'll protect the commitments you've made to one another today. And now I'm going to ask everyone to stand one more time. May your marriage bring you all the exquisite excitements a marriage should bring. May you need one another, but not out of weakness. May you want one another, but not out of lack. May you look for things to praise, often say, I love you, and take notice of the small things. May you have love, and may you find it loving one another. I now pronounce you Mr. and Mrs. Diaz. You may now kiss the bride.
What's the matter with your mind?
welcoming it out to the beautiful Lake Windsor Golf and Country Club. I'm too excited about these good-looking guys looking at me right here. Folks, all I gotta do is make as much noise as possible for an entire wedding party. Starting out first, I'm not sure if there's two better good-looking guys other than one senior in the entire wedding party, but our ushers here, huge round of applause for Caleb and Jameson. Next up, folks, keep those hands going for Chrissy and John. Next up, let's go, Peter and Kate. Huge round of applause. Next up, we got Emily and Nick. Huge round of applause. Next up, huge round of applause, Haley and Juan. Folks, keep those hands going for the pride of Stanford, Randy and Caitlin. Coming up next, the pride of Iowa State, Escort McKenzie, Chet McKenzie. Folks, if you're able to, if you would, please rise out of your seats one last time. And let's see how much noise we can make for our friends here. Folks, it's my absolute honor and pleasure to introduce David and Morgan Diaz.
Good evening. I'd like to welcome everybody. Thank you for being here. This is quite the occasion we got going on here. We need to bless David and Morgan in their holy matrimony. Hopefully they have a long, progressive, beautiful life together. Bring me a lot of baby Hueys. You know, I'm looking forward to that. But first of all, I'd like to thank God. Without God, we have nothing. I'd like to say a little prayer in order to bless this wonderful couple and this wonderful occasion. So please bow your heads down. Please, Lord, help me with this. Dear Heavenly Father, I would like to thank you. I want to thank you for such a glorious day, a glorious time. I want to thank you for the Cross family. Thank you for such a wonderful family. I want to thank you for the Diaz family. I want to thank Lucy especially for bringing such a wonderful family that we have. I have 4 wonderful kids, 4 wonderful grandchildren. Thank you, Lord. Please protect us, guide us, show us the way. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. I want to thank every single one of you for having been here. Safe travels for everybody that got here and on their way back home. That God protects you, shows you the way. And I pray that in 2018, it gets even better.
Folks, how about we make some more noise for Mr. Bob Krause?
Hello, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Bob Krause. Tonight, you probably could more easily define me as being father of the bride. Juan, thank you for the wonderful prayer. I can't speak without notes. For those of you who don't know, I have a terrible tendency to tear up. I have to get through this without doing that, so I need a large font. There's a lot of paper here, but it's not going to take me that long to read it again. Thank you, David. On behalf of Margaret, Morgan's mother, and my beautiful wife, we'd like to thank all of you for being here tonight, for Morgan and David. I'm not sure how or why the tradition started. I'm the father of the bride. I get to stand up here and take the acknowledgement of being a special person in Morgan's life. I tried to change it up a little bit, get Margaret Pucker into the speech so it took more better from me. It's my third this year. But that's okay, I'll take care of it. I'm a lucky man. You have such a wonderful wife. Thank you for this, Morgan. Some of you may be getting tired of hearing me talk. Sorry, but for me it never gets old. There's a lot of pride in my family. I love them all. Tonight our family gets a little bigger and a little better. Thanks, David. One of the hardest things to do as a parent is to make every child feel special. And that they're your favorite. Don't you start. Morgan, tonight you're my favorite. Some of you may not be aware of it. I think through the day you probably picked it up, but Morgan is a twin. So she's had to share most everything her entire life. She's done it very well. And tonight she's going to share this with David, to a much lesser degree, David. But I think David would agree this is her day. The toughest part of composing this speech for me tonight was to come up with the real basic sense of Morgan, the true essence of Morgan. And it kept coming back to me, her special ability to touch people, other people, anybody. You know, it's uncomfortable for her tonight to be here and be the center of attention. But tonight, David and Morgan, you are to be celebrated. We are blessed with a huge family, filled with loving grandparents, different sides of the room here, cousins from all over, uncles and special aunties. In addition, Morgan has friends here from as far back as Eastside Elementary and Sun Prairie, Patrick Marsh Middle School, Sun Prairie High School, Edgewood College, UW-Madison. We're going to forget that one. I'm sure she did any friends there. Was there? You're at Eastside. Kelsey? All right, Kelsey represents UW-Madison. Thank you. And a number of friends here from her master's program at the University of Minnesota. That's there they are. At every step, she's made friends, lifelong friends, and they acknowledge how special she is. Morgan is so proud of you. But I have to admit, it's been quite a ride, honey. Amazing how far you've come. You're making huge cell phone bills. Because texting was a lot more important through high school than listening to teachers. A lifetime ago, we were sweating out college acceptance letters, as we called them rejection letters. It only took one, Morgan. Thank you very much. As father of the bride, I'm going to brag a little bit. 2 weeks ago, Morgan earned her master's degree in occupational therapy from the University of Minnesota. And she graduated with a GPA of what, Morgan? 3.999, something like that. Okay, so, sorry ladies, but I had to wear it. But she graduated with a degree in occupational therapy, and to be honest, I have no idea what that is. Or what they do. I've got 5 or 6 of them here tonight. I apologize. What I do know is it's a field where you touch people. Not only physically, but mentally and emotionally, everything. Morgan, these patients will soon learn how lucky they are that you walk into their lives. But enough about Morgan, a little bit about David. Trust me, I've been calling the Lord all day. Izzy took my thunder on us a little bit, but Morgan and David did start dating, and I thought it was 6th or 7th grader, Patrick Marsh. I don't know if there's a timeline on that, Morgan. Going into 8th grade. Thank you very much. In fact, until recently, David didn't even know they were dating. That's an honest to God truth. He let day goes by. That's it. But Morgan can tell you vividly about all those dates at the water fountain. It's real. I'm sure if there was social media back then, they would have been Facebook official. We've come a long way since those awkward days, right, Morris? I've done a lot of coaching of my kids, even Jameson to this day. I've talked to many parents, coaches, and even referees over the years. Sun Prairie is getting to be a large town, but it's still a very small town. When people find out that my daughter is dating David, I always got the same comment every single time. David Diaz. Man, I love that kid.
Everybody loves David.
Morgan often tells me, more than anything, David wants my approval. In true father-in-law fashion, I did make it work for it. I remember one day I ran into David's sister Lucia at Chums. No, it's at Chums. This is going back. And what I came to understand in true Diaz fashion, she decided to give me a great big hug, even though I met her one other time. So I've come to appreciate that. I said, David just wants you guys to like it. It took a lot for me not to let on, but he already had earned my acceptance. He already won me over. That was 3 years ago. David, I apologize for making you work so hard to this day. In reality, it was unnecessary. Honestly, I joined the others in that club that used that phrase. David Diaz, man, I love that kid. Let's get close to New Year's, I'll wrap this up. The extent of my social media and technology is texting, right? That's all I got. Not on Facebook or Twitter or any of the other fun things that Morgan does all day long. But as often as I can, I do text all of my kids a simple message. Love you most, Pops. My real nickname is Pops. Morgan and David, tonight I stand here to tell you, not text you, I love you both the most, Pops. So please, everyone, raise a glass. Enjoying what has become the toast at Carl's Kids Wedding. To Morgan and David, we got this.
All right, great evening, everybody. It is such an honor to be here with Morgan and David, celebrating the coming together of both these two amazing individuals that I've got to know so many years over the past. But before I get too far in my speech, I want to say just thank you for everybody that made this day possible. I know Emery was an adorable, excellent ring bearer tonight. He's really happy over there, I can tell. He's ready for 2018. And then all the bridesmaids, and especially Mackenzie, who's going to be delivering an amazing speech pretty soon here. And then to all the fellow groomsmen here with me tonight, who have supported David through all these years, have the most respect for him, just as I do. And really appreciate that, guys. And then to Bob and Margaret, who have raised an incredible daughter. And to Juan and Lucy for raising my best friend. I really do appreciate that, David. So I haven't really introduced myself. My name is Chet. You may have heard David kind of passing by calling me Cheddar, Chazzer, or Cheddar Bob. All really fine nicknames. David has been a lifelong friend to me. It goes all the way back to 4th grade at Northside Elementary School. Mrs. Wiersma? She's in the building there. She is. Now, for as long ago as it was, I remember my first encounter with David quite vividly. I was out there on the playground, and I saw my mom. My mom's in the building. There she is, Betty. And she must have been substitute teaching that day. By her side, David was there, and she had brought David out to get introduced out there to all the kids out there on the playground. I remember just thinking how cool I thought David was at my first encounter with David. But as I was writing this speech, in retrospect, I was wondering if that feeling was mutual. Because I was wearing wind pants, and they were zip-offs too. They were zip-off wind pants. I was wearing a really ragged Drew Bledsoe Patriots jersey. Don't know how I got that one. And I was donning my patented bowl cut, as I was doing so often back there in elementary school. So regardless of how David felt during those years, he put those first perceptions aside, and our friendship really just flourished, starting from 4th grade onwards, and a lot of that was through the power of sports. A lot of my best memories with David are actually on the playing field, out there on the basketball court, but the one I will never forget, one of my first memories of David actually, was out there on the Little League diamonds, actually. And all of us schoolboys, when we were kind of talking about our next matchup, we were talking about David, because David is an amazing pitcher, one of the fastest throwers out there on the Little League diamonds. For me, baseball has never been my forte. Not good at all. I always thought the strike zone was incredibly unfair to me. So that, with David together, that had me incredibly nervous for our first encounter. I remember stepping there in the batter's box, my hands were shaking a little bit. David threw it was like a meatball, just right down the middle. And I just probably closed my eyes, swung as hard as I could, and I just smacked that ball straight into the sky. And the look on David's face was just incredible. He didn't believe, I don't think anything that was happening that time. So I caught myself just kind of standing there. It eventually came down. I snapped back into reality, started running the bases, got a double on David. That's the only time I've gotten a double on David, I think. But I think from that moment on, David has never underestimated me by any means. I knew you wouldn't forget that one. Now, lucky for David, more for me, in future years, we were teaming up together more often than not. And some other great memories I had with David was traveling around the United States, playing for the Madison Spartans Basketball Club for 2 summers. David was better than me at that point too, much better. But we were able to travel from everywhere across the Midwest to Memphis, to Orlando, and that really forged our relationship going into high school. And going into high school, or during the high school years, some of my best memories of David were us bolting out of school to go to off-campus lunch, riding to Andy Wright's car. Andy's somewhere in the building today too. There he is. Singing during any classes that we shared. Or you could often find us in my parents' basement eating Orbs pizzas or chugging Mountain Dews. Yeah, we got plenty still there. But there's nothing that can better define my relationship with David through those years than what I dug up as I was preparing for this speech. And I dug into a 2008 and 2009 version of the Sunbury High School yearbook, and I found some amazing quotes that I would love to share. So I bet, David, you would have maybe tried a little bit harder when you were writing these back then, huh? So in 2008, when we were both juniors, David wrote to me, "Chet, there was nothing really to say but meow and Halo 3. That is all. David." Okay, so one year later gets much better. So we're both seniors, class of 2009. David writes, "Chazernuts?" I didn't even mention that in the nicknames, by the way. That's another one. "Chazernuts, well, you're a hell of a guy. Words can't express what we've been through. Just memories that will last forever. Now we're not going to be so far away from each other, and there's going to be many more to come. Love you, buddy. David." So just look at that maturity, just through 1 year. And I mean, I can't say that David was wrong, though, in 2009. We had so many great memories that followed the high school years, and that's what's really special about our relationship, that it transcended high school through college and now into adulthood. The years really did go by rather quickly for David and I, but we still enjoy doing the same things. We enjoy always visiting each other whenever we're in town. We love connecting over Xbox. I think there's a couple guys in here that like playing Xbox with us. Actually, no, there's not. That's kind of you guys should buy Xboxes. And then all the rodeo trips that we've done. We most recently went to Denver. Surprise David. That was a really special time for us. But of all the things that have stayed the same, there was one incredible thing in David's life that changed, and that's Morgan, who sits to my right. Now, Morgan, the first thing I remember learning about you, and this was a long time ago, was that we shared the same birthday along with Ken's. And so I was like, how cool is that? But for the rest of our years now, Morgan, we have to put the pressure on David to really deliver on July 2nd. But knowing Morgan, some of my favorite characteristics about Morgan is her compassion, her drive, and how genuine she is. To me, it's just no surprise that she decided to pursue a career in occupational therapy, allowing to help others live more fulfilling lives. But together, David and Morgan, I know both of them, in combination, will also live incredibly fulfilling lives with one another for the rest of their lives. And I couldn't be more happy to have two of these incredible individuals next to me, starting a life together, embarking on a new journey. So I'd like to raise a glass to two of my best friends, Morgan and David, and for all the many happy years that will come. So cheers to the bride and groom.
Matron of Honor, Kent.
Hi, everybody. My font's like half the size of my dad's, but it's still large because he gave me his size. But for those of you who don't know me, I am Morgan's twin sister. And fun fact, David's junior year prom date. Wait. Truthfully, I could stand up here and talk about Morgan and our relationship for hours. That's just what happens when you spend 26 years and 9 months together. I'm not the most sentimental person. I usually leave that whole thing for Morgs. But I'm going to try my best just to see how many times I can make her cry within a span of minutes. It'll be a fun little game. But seriously, Morgs was my first love. I'm sure most people don't understand that. But there is no bond like twins. It goes far beyond genetics. God intertwined our souls and gave us a companion, protector, roommate, another half 9 months before we even entered this earth. She truly is my other half. Well, I was born the stubborn, quiet, small talk loathing, tough loving twin. Morris was blessed with patience, an empathetic, selfless heart, enthusiasm for driving, the chatty, funny, and outgoing twin. Morris is the type of person, friend, that people spend their whole lives trying to find. She's the type of friend that makes you laugh even when it's socially inappropriate. She'll drive to Virginia to make sure you get back safe and then hop on a plane the next day. And keeps her secrets even if it means blaming things on your brothers. And for some reason she was placed right next to me from day one. One thing she's infamous for, besides narrating hers, and with that, all of her friends, families, and strangers, lives on Facebook. So true. All of you have been on Facebook. Is taking a joke just a little too far. And I have to admit, she's working on it. And I have to admit, I'm not innocent in that. Somehow I find myself laughing at everything she says, which of course results in her continuing until the laughter stops. Which it takes a long time. This has gotten us into trouble at the dinner table, band class, car rides, late nights, just about anywhere. Probably will get us in trouble tonight. We have certainly been blessed with friends and family that we adore, but we have always been completely content just hanging out and laughing at nonsense, just the two of us. 8 years ago, as we prepared to head off to college, I wrote Morgan a poem. I'm not sure I've ever written a poem before or after, or why I even wrote it in the first place. I think I was forced to, but after reading it again years later, I realized how fitting it is for this moment. So here it goes. To the outside world, we all grow old, but a sister is a little bit of childhood that can never be lost. It will never seem to matter how much time has elapsed or how far we've traveled. We will forever know each other as we always were. My friend and defender, role model and partner in crime, best friend and teacher, open arms and better half. Although this new chapter in life draws us further from our childhood playground, nothing separates our hearts. We will forever share our early day memories and grown-up dreams, our images of who we were and who we are, and who we are to become. I'll get there. There's not a lot of pages left, so. It is not often one is born with a best friend for life, linked by unconditional love. We will forever be best friends, making other best friends ever so slightly less best. I thank God for giving me you. Morgan, you give endlessly, you speak more about others' accomplishments than your own, and you have the biggest heart of anyone I've ever met. I'm so happy you found a companion to accentuate your beauty and make you smile as much as David does. Although I have known Morgan forever, I've known David for quite a long time too. I've seen these two through their middle school romance, which they managed to survive months without exchanging words. Besides the truly fascinating conversation shared on AIM. That's come up a lot tonight. I just wanted to keep it going. To high school homecoming, college years, and now here. Their relationship began and was built on genuine friendship that grew into true love. David has always been a sweet teddy bear friend with a great sense of humor. And I am equipped with plenty of good stories, but for David's sake, I'll spare you all. But we can get together later and talk about it. They'll talk about it on AIM. I know, it's a thing. Yeah. Okay. All I know is that through good times and bad, he has stood by my sissy's side and fit right into the Krause family from day one. It's so true. Okay. My siblings and I have grown up witnessing a beautiful love story. Our parents showed us the epitome of selfless love in marriage, one that exemplifies in sickness and in health. You're good, Dad. You're good. Which is one of the greatest gifts they could have ever given us. The Krause girls. Oh. You're good. The Krause girls have always agreed that from childhood on, we shared a favorite person. Our dad. Our superhero. He has always made us feel like we could do anything, encouraged and supported our dreams, shared in our laughter, and been the shoulder to cry on, and has always had the answer, no matter how trivial the question. With that, we compiled our subconscious checklist of qualities of a great man, when we could only hope to marry a man just like. Congratulations, David. It looks like you've officially passed the test. But from here on out, you'll be expected to supply the house with chocolate, keep her glass full, in the morning coffee hot, and keep her smiling, no matter what the trials and challenges you truly will encounter. All right, almost done. Last page. The Krause family has been through one of the most exciting years ever. This year we've traveled across seas to witness the oldest married of sweethearts. She's over there. Danced the night away in a barn to celebrate the second Krause wedding. It was mine. Witnessed a miracle together. And now we're here to ring in the new year and celebrate the marriage of these beautiful lovebirds. Looking back on the year 2017, we've grown stronger and added some incredible new family members. We are so excited to officially welcome you and the rest of the Diaz's into our family. David, we love you. Everybody, please raise your glasses. And let's toast the Diaz's. May their 2018 be filled with love, happiness, and new adventures.
How's those feet?
Hi guys. I'm going to talk because I don't think David wants me to. That makes it that much better. So thank you all so much. I'm just going to... I hope I'm not ruining something. I am? Okay. Thank you all so much for being here. My sister kind of summed up our year. It's been a crazy one, but a great one. And a lot of you have been a part of it. And we're so happy to have you here for our big day as well. And we love you all.
Okay. So that'd be amiss to not say anything in front of everybody. Most of you I love. Some of you I also love. Okay. Anyway, I just want to thank everyone for coming. This is amazing. Thank you so much, everybody. If you're here, you played a big part in our lives. And couldn't be here without you. So thank you. But I would like to say a few personal thank yous. First, I want to start with 4 people out there on pictures that aren't here with us. My Grandma Ida and Grandpa Juan and Ramona and Juan, yes. Without them, none of the brown people would be here, to be honest with you. So, definitely not give them a shout out. Thank you. But where there's loss, there's room for gain. And today, I gained 4 new grandparents. Where are they? Louie and Dorothy Krause, where are you guys? Okay, Louie and Dorothy, and then, let's see. Oh, George and Mary McFarland, of course. I remember this, don't worry. If you guys are able to take a stand. Hi, anybody? Wait, there they are. There's Mary. Mary and George McFarland. Yeah, there's still white people be here, but sorry. Gotta get at this sometimes. But I'd like to thank my mother and father. Without them, I really wouldn't be here. You guys have taught me everything from day one. Without you guys, I'd be lost. Thank you guys for being you. I want to thank my 2 protectors, Sandy and Lucia, my guardian angels. They tell me like it is. I don't like it a lot, but so yeah, thank you. My brother Wano, my brother has been the best role model for me. Even if he doesn't think she really is. Thank you, buddy. Love you. And then obviously Greg, for having Leia and Caleb. Yeah, thank you. Without them, my life would not be as bright. So thank you. And the new ones, Dominic and Emery. Hi. And yeah, my family's the greatest. I wouldn't trade it for anything. All you can really do is gain. And like I said, the gain the cross side. Chrissy, John, J-Mo, Ken's, if you didn't like me, shit out of luck, I'm not going anywhere now. Margaret, you're an angel, not disguised. You're right in front of us every day. So thank you for everything you do for everybody. Bob? Yep, I gotta say much to you. All I will say, if you don't know Bob, you get to know him because he makes your life better in every way possible. Where's Bob? Okay, who am I forgetting? Oh, hey. Well, Bugs, I know I said so many words. Really, don't really know what else to say. Oh yeah, it's come here. Come on. Can't take my eyes off your like heaven can touch. I wanna hold you so much. Heaven's right, and you're just too good to be true. There's nothing else to compare. The sight of you leaves me. There are no words left to speak. But if you feel like I feel, please let me know that it's real. You're just too good to be true.
Can't take my eyes off of you.
Thank you everybody for coming. We love you all. Thank you.
Someone a sandwich, good talking, excellent beverages, average DJ. How about one more huge round of applause for our friends? They're absolutely spectacular. God bless them. How about a huge round of applause for David and Maureen Diaz?
Been going my way, you know I need you, yeah. Yeah, mama.
I'm coming to you. I'm coming to you. No, I'm coming to you. I was coming to you. I'm coming to you. Oh, they are very cold.
Like you see right through me and make it easier.
Not one of us. Yes, I am.
Lead me to you. After you ride. Oh, because you are the best friend. You are the best friend. You are the best friend. Ever happened. Baby. Come a long way, baby. You know I hope and I pray that you believe me when I say this love will never fade away. Oh, because you are the best friend. You are the best friend. You are the best friend ever happened.
a dewdrop applause, please. Turn their first dance with us. Now we gotta get another dance.
She was staring out the window of their SUV, playing and saying, I can't wait to turn 18. She said, I'll make my own money and I'll make my own rules. Mama put the car in park out there in front of the school, and she kissed her head and said, I was just like you. You're gonna miss this. You're gonna want this back. You're gonna wish these days hadn't gone by so fast. These are some good times, so take a good look around. You may not know it now, but you're gonna miss this. Before she knows it, she's a brand new bride in her one-bedroom apartment, and her daddy stops by. He tells her it's a nice place. She says, it'll do for now. Starts talking about babies and buying a house. Daddy shakes his head. He says, baby, just slow down. You're gonna miss this. You're gonna want this back. You're gonna wish these days hadn't gone by so fast. These are some good times, so take a good look around. You may not know it now, but you're gonna miss this. 5 years later, there's a woman working on the water heater. Dogs barking, phones ringing, one kid's crying, one kid's screaming. She keeps apologizing. He says they don't bother me. I've got 2 babies of my own. One's 36, one's 23. It's hard to believe, but you're gonna miss this. You're gonna want this back. You're gonna wish these days hadn't gone by so fast. These are some good times, so take a good look around. You may not know it now, but you're gonna miss this.
Says folks, little Trace Atkins. How about a nice round of applause for Bob and his daughter? Woo! Now, if I could welcome out Lucy and her.
Oh God, here we go. Get over here and buckle up.
Who requested music from David's mom? Song for my mom. Do it, brother. No request of music. It's Mo's dance floor, but he's going to share it with everybody. If you have a request, please give them to his dad, Randy.
거기식 인도 전에 원샷 때린 선어해 범이 오늘 심장이
Gangnam Style.
Family wedding song. Dave was talking over there and he's like, I have to go, I have to go.
Now and not at dinner. Let me explain it. About, I don't know, 5-6 months ago, my sister and I had this crazy idea to sing a song to Morgan and my brother at the reception, which was the plan. We rehearsed, we sounded horrible, we were going to go through with it, right? Until we found out that Dave was going to sing a beautiful song to Morgan. We do not want to take that memory, but we want to introduce this song that we're going to play next as our dedication to you. And we would have sang it, but count your lucky stars there. All right, so have fun, you guys. Thank you.
We need Josh and Leia to help us sing.
Get up here. Come on! Come on!
Come on!
If you ever find yourself stuck in the middle of the sea, I'll sail the world.
Lyrics, Josh.
To find you.
Bring them up, man.
If you wipe a fight lost in the dark and you can't see, I'll be the light to guide you.
Josh, Sasaki, you're right.
We find out what we're made of. When we are called to help our friends in need, you can count on me like 1, 2, 3. I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you like 4, 3, 2. I'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do all around. Ooh, yeah. If you're tossing and you're turning and you just can't fall asleep, I'll sing a song beside you. And if you ever forget how much you really mean to me, every day I will remind you. Oh, find out what we're made of when we are called to help our friends in need. You can count on me like 1, 2, 3. I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you like 4, 3, 2. You'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do. Oh yeah. Baby, all the taste the dress
Ten.